Alright, so that was pretty much the turn 1 play, so now let's actually do turn 2 plays and draw 6 cards now. Now of course this deck actually isn't a turn 2 deck anymore, it does actually go for both ways, so it could be turn 1 or it could be turn 2, either way it still works. Okay, so turn 2 plays Kepler, allowing us to search. Activate Gate, search for Swirl. Take Swirl and Lamia and fuse them away, going us for Genghis. From there we can then banish off Swirl, special summon off Copernicus from our hand. Copernicus will then ditch, Genghis will then revive Lamia. Kepler and Genghis. Kepler. Go for Master King. Might seem a bit excessive here, but refusion, bring back the Genghis, take Genghis again and the Lamia and synchro summon them for Alexander. Then of course we take the Vice Typhon and the Genghis, and together they will go into our big Genghis. From there, Alexander's triggered off, bringing back Lamia. Allow Lamia and Alexander. Let's see, actually take Alexander and Copernicus and link them both. Extra deck. Go for your Underclock. And then take Lamia and link her into Linkuriboh. Take Linkuriboh and take Master King and link them both. Allowing us to go for Metaltron. From there, what we could do is now we could take Lamia. Oops. Take Lamia, use her effect, ditch the Ragnarok, special summon out Lamia, and Genghis will activate, special summoning out Ragnarok, and then Ragnarok's effect special summons back our Alexander. So from that we could take Lamia and Alexander, banished, and just the regular grave of course. Oh, sorry, this was not meant to be in there. Savage Dragon, its effect, equips Master King Archfiend, overlay these two, for Doom King. So definitely very nice because that's a lot of damage. Underclock will reduce the opponent's attack, or you could even not go into this and just keep it like these two and then just attack. You got a negate anyway, you got 2 negates technically, so definitely really good. Alright, let's do one more test hand and end things off here. Okay, so I think this is definitely very different of course. I want to try and obviously do a lot more different plays, so hopefully I'm actually fulfilling that particular purpose here. But with that being said, we have a lot of different options. So Kepler, Gate into Swirl. That's just a typical play. It's so common for it to happen, but that's why we play 3 copies of all of them. We could take Foolish, and let's go for a Copernicus. Good reason why we're going for Copernicus, because, well, we'll see what happens. Take Lamia and Swirl. Of course, go for our Genghis. Move this down a bit. And we have Field Center. We'll take Kepler and Genghis, of course. Extra deck. Allowing us to go for our Master King. Okay, and from there, what we could do is we could take Let's see, so we have here... Now at this point we've got to be careful. The minute we summon Night Howl, we're restricted from anything else aside from Fiends for the rest of this turn. Alright then, let's see what we can do here. Let's take Swell Slime, banish it, special summon out Ragnarok. Ragnarok will special summon out Genghis, and then we'll use Lamia's effect, allowing us to banish her. No, actually we won't banish her. We'll do this, we'll do Monster Reborn, special summon out Lamia. Genghis brings back Copernicus. Copernicus will ditch off Vice Typhon. As you can see, Vice Typhon is definitely becoming a lot more important here in our plays over Necro Slime. So yeah, it's the level 7 is very handy for Vice Typhon here. So he's definitely getting a lot of points up into actually choosing Vice Typhon over Necro Slime. So we can take Genghis and Lamia and go for our Alexander. And then from there, oh dear, did I mess up again? Be careful where you put your link monsters and everything like that on the different zones. Put it on the really far end, but take Vice Typhon and take the Genghis and fuse them up for High King Genghis. Because Genghis was summoned, Alexander triggers off, bringing back Lamia. Take Lamia and Alexander, of course, and fuse them up. Should we? That's interesting. Take Lamia and Gus King Alexander, and yeah, we'll just go into our Siegfried. Not too big of a deal just yet, but as you can see, we are definitely restricted now, so what do? Simply put, we simply now take Siegfried and Copernicus and link them both away. Copernicus goes to the extra deck, of course, and we bring out Underclock Taker. So you guys will probably notice something already, but at this point I mustn't forget about Genghis. No, it's actually perfectly fine. Take Underclock and we'll take our Last King Archfiend and link them away into Avramax. Now I want you to take Night Howl, send it to the grave to special summon out Lamia once more, and from that Genghis will then activate, bring back our Siegfried. So definitely very nice there. Additionally, what you could do as well is you are in turn 2, keep that in mind. So you take Ragnarok, banish off the Lamia, tribute off Lamia, but her effect banishes herself. Pretty much banish off one of your opponent's monsters, and then Avramax, Siegfried, Ragnarok, and Genghis all attacks your opponent. These are both the negates for your turn, so because of that, your opponent will definitely have a hard time getting over this. But definitely very interesting indeed. However, if you think that you have enough with just Avramax and Siegfried, then feel free to also just overlay these two, which means you could go into your... oh well, you actually do have the option to go into a Kali Yugioh and just lock out the field completely, which means you have this, this, and this all just dealing a huge amount of damage. Or you could just go for the Dark Armageddon, which definitely still gives you a bit of options here. So yeah, it's not too bad at all. Because technically he can destroy one card on your opponent's field, so again you are given a bit of more options. But if you guys actually don't remember, this is a very familiar board for you guys, isn't it? I mean, that's the repetitiveness of it, but it has become one of my most favorite combos now for DDDs. Just going into these 4 guys is definitely just really awesome here. Alright, so I hope you guys actually enjoyed this test hand video. Definitely very interesting build, of course. You guys might have noticed I wasn't playing Meteor Burst, I wasn't playing cards like number 38, Hope Harbinger, but of course I am trying to be more unorthodox with DDDs because it definitely gives you a lot of flexibility in that regard. So because of that, I try to do a lot more different plays with these particular test hands. So I hope you guys actually gain something out of this, but in the meantime, I do hope you guys actually try out your own different weird builds to DDDs, because that is definitely very fun indeed. But in the meantime, hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.